Hi, my name is Eric. We as individuals are always looking for ways to express our individuality and to set ourselves apart from the rest of the crowd. We seek to express ourselves through the shirts we buy and the cars we drive and the music we listen to. We adopt other people's creations as ways to express our own selves. Silk screening, however, gives us another option. This option lends to us much more freedom to express our own personal ideas, and it is my hope to open you to this freedom of expression I have found in silk screening. A few points I wish to cover are a brief history of silk screening and the processes and techniques involved, including monoprinting and multiprint. Now, silk screening has its roots mostly set in China, but the Japanese are the ones who are, for the most part, given the credit for the development of the silk screen. However, the methods used in silkscreen was perfected in England, and the silkscreen was patented by a man named Samuel Simon of Manchester. He is the one responsible for silk screening as we know it today. Now, silk screening has changed very much over the years, and in fact, we don't even use silk anymore. We use a polyester mesh, and along with that, we have developed new chemicals, much safer chemicals to use. Chemicals that were used before were very harmful, and those who professed in silk screening actually died early deaths because of such exposure to these chemicals in tiny rooms. We don't have very many professors, or we didn't have very many professors in silk screening because of this and these harmful chemicals. But today we have much more healthy chemicals to use. Now, large companies, the companies which make the t-shirts we wear, have these giant machines that will do all the screen printing for them. You have to have men that know how to use these machines, but for the most part, these machines do all the screen printing for them. They just have to know how to use a computer. Now, you can buy tinier machines that can silk screen for you, or they don't silk screen for you, but you can burn images onto these screens from your computer, so you can use art from your computer. It's very nice, but the cheaper way to go is to actually just buy your screen and a base. Screens can be bought for under $100 generally. You can, depending on the quality of the screen, you can buy a fairly cheap screen, and it'll generally work for you very well. Now, as I said, there are two methods in silk screening. There is the monoprint and the regular multi-print. Monoprint does as its name suggests, and you can only print once. You paint or draw directly to the screen using any water-soluble materials. Graphite works just fine. And then you use this base, this blank ink. This blank ink you can just push over with a squeegee. You can squeegee it through the screen of your printer, and you'll get exactly what you drew onto your screen. It is very nice, but you only can do it one or two more times. These results will be much lighter than the first, but for the most part, if you want to do multiple prints, you should probably go with multi-print. Multi-print, however, you have to do one color at a time. You can't do it all at once. You have to do, say, a guy's pants first in one color, then his shirt in another, and then his skin color in another. You do this through making stencils, and of course you have to have this system of registration. You can't, have things misaligned, so you have to make sure you have, maybe use tape to make sure you know exactly where you had your paper or your t-shirt set last time you printed. Now, to make these stencils, you can either just, cut out a stencil in newsprint and tape it directly to your screen. This will resist the ink and work just fine. But for more detail and flexibility, there's a substance called blockout. You can apply this blockout directly to the screen. It'll do just as its name suggests and make sure no ink gets through. It'll block out all that ink. But you have to remember you're painting in the negative, and you're just painting where you don't want ink to show through. Now, you can make a trace of whatever design you have made. Maybe you made a pencil sketch. You can draw this lightly onto your screen and then just block out the parts you don't want the ink. You can have one section to the left for the guy's pants, and then one section to the right for his t-shirt, and then another section to do his skin color. Or you can do it all in one section and print your lightest color first, then blocking out where you want to keep that color the same, and then print ink again in the next darkest color, and then keep going on and so forth. Now, if you want finer details like facial features or wrinkle in his pants, or maybe a design on the t-shirt, you can use this blue substance, this wash, that you can apply directly to the screen, and when it dries, it'll resist your blockout. You can just wipe the blockout right over it, and then when that dries, you can just wash the blue substance off just using water. This will give you very fine lines, and it's very nice. Now, screen printing is something that demands a lot of your attention. You can't just go off and make a phone call. You have to give it most of your attention because the ink will dry. And if your ink dries, it'll hamper and affect your results of your design, and you don't want that. And in fact, it's very hard and very difficult to get out of screen. So if you're screen printing, you either want to keep printing or wash out your screen. Now, block out to wash out is very difficult. So if it can be avoided, you should probably not use block out, because block out is very difficult to get out and takes some time. You have to use a pressure washer and some chemicals. Don't worry about pressure washer hurting the screen, because the screen is generally very durable and virtually unscratchable. However, you don't want to have any sharp objects near your screen because it can be punctured. Now that you have a little more insight to the art of screen printing, including the history and its methods and techniques, you may be interested in learning more. There is a class here at LFCC, Lord Fairfax Community College, in the summer. It's a 2-week class, and I enjoyed it very much. I plan on pursuing my newly found passion for screen printing and hope to open a studio in the future. If you wish to support me in Stain Studios, you can send me a message via email at ejm297@email.vccs.edu, or check out my DeviantArt page at deviantart.com/beastofmyshadow. Thank you.